Hey guys, Steve and Alex here from Top Guns out of Terre Haute, Indiana. And Alex, Springfield Armory was nice enough to send us the brand new Hellcat before it's been released. And so we're having this opportunity to take a first look at it. Figured while we're doing this, we might as well compare it to the Glock 43 and of course the SIG 365, because I think that's what everybody's kind of curious about.
Absolutely. I think that, we're going to do this live so people have an opportunity to ask some questions that we might be able to answer for you before you go out to your local gun shop and purchase this. Now, again, this is one of those things that this is going to compete with the 365 for sure. That's why they came out.
No doubt.
And they say it's the highest capacity micro compact gun out there. So, I think that most people are going to say, well, why when I have a 15 round magazine for a 365? But this is an 11+1 out of the box. You don't have to buy that extended magazine.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and open it up.
All right. Now, we've not seen this yet, so we don't know if this is exactly as it comes, if it's a special package that they've sent to us, or if this is as it will be shipped to everybody. So that's a nice looking box. I cannot imagine that all of them come in a box.
I'm assuming
like
it's not.
All right, so we're going to assume this is specifically for the purposes of
a review. Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. Only if we were smart enough to open the box.
Thanks. Getting there tight.
All right.
Okay.
Who wants to get in here, James? Let's check it out.
I'm excited about this.
Uh-oh. Let's get that thing out of there. Well, there you go. Whoa. So,
Wow.
there's a lot going on here.
Wow.
So it looks like it comes with, what is that, a
That's the
micro
vault,
This
yeah.
is the, looks like it already has a holster with it, which is
Wow.
it looks like a crossbreed style holster.
This is impressive.
This is impressive. How do you think we unlock it?
I'm sure it's probably just.
Here we go. Let's see. We'll unlock. Ooh. Ba-da-da-da. All right, guys. First look at it. Holy cow! It is small. It is definitely almost the exact same size as the 365. Now, if you can see here, it has a U-dot sight, which a lot of people have been talking about. So you have a very, it's a high fiber optic, not fiber optic, it's a tritium front sight with a U-dot. So it kind of looks like that. So Steve, tell me a little bit about it. I know that you've even talked about this gun to some people recently.
So, first observation that I see is the grip of it is, and I want to grab that extra mag out as well. Let's see what this. So we have, wow. Okay, so the flush fit mag is going to be a 10 or an 11 rounder. So you got 11+1. The extended is going to be a 13+1. So you've got 14 rounds in this bad boy.
And compare that to a 365 where you get with the extended magazine plus.
So let's go flush fit to flush fit, just for comparison's sake. And you're gonna be, and then we'll put the Glock 43, which the Glock 43 is bigger than the rest of them. Glock's gonna have to,
We'll kind of do it at this angle. Maybe people can see it better.
well, if that's the case, we need to do it like this so they can see. There's your 365, and then there is your
So
Hellcat by
overall
Springfield.
length, you're looking about the same on overall length. Height, you're looking about the same also. It's a little different there in the grip, which all three are different.
Quite frankly, I do happen to like, I will say the one downfall of the grip on the SIG is that it doesn't come up down far enough, so it doesn't catch the meat of your palm until you put the extended mag in. So I do like that Springfield went ahead and completed that grip out a little bit. Gives you a little extra, and quite frankly, SIG could have done that and probably put an extra round in there. It is just a smidget fatter, just a little bit in the grip. I know a lot of guys will probably like that because the one complaint I have heard on the 365 for some of the guys with bigger hands is that their finger goes in there so far that they can't. They almost
Sure,
can't
same
pull
thing
trigger.
with the 43. I've heard the same argument.
Right. Let's put that on that side of it so you can kind of get a feel for it.
Let's get a top angle of this so they can kind of see the width of all three of them. So they are coming out also while you guys kind of get a close-up of that with an optics ready version. So this version that we have, is it cut out?
I don't know if this one's cut out or not.
So this
one is not.
It's not. So they do have a version coming out that I'm sure is already out that is cut out for an optic. And again, I think a lot of people might like this U dot sight. It's something like you like.
Yeah, I like it.
Is
It's
a
fast
dot over
acquisition.
a dot.
All right, so another observation is that this already has a rail on it ready to go from the factory. So it's something that you are gaining over the 365 or the 43, either one, where they've included a rail here, so that it looks like it'll probably fit some of your smaller, like the TLR 8, is it, I think? 7?
6. I think it's a 6. But I don't know. I can't keep them straight.
I think it's a 7. I don't know. Either way. But I want to shoot it.
Yeah, we'll get to shooting it here in just a second. Now, overall weight. I know that they say that this one's just a smidge heavier than your 43 and your 365. But it does have front serrations, which I do like. Same thing with the 365. And then overall trigger, what do you think about that so far without obviously shooting some rounds?
All right, so here's what I'll say.
And he has the 365, so he can make a nice comparison for that.
I do have the 365. I'm going to tell you out of the box, this trigger is a better break than, it's a crisper break than the 365 or the 43. The reset is definitely shorter than the 365, and I'm going to say it's probably shorter than the...
So guys, off camera here, I'm
shorter
loading some
than-
magazines.
It feels, now I haven't measured it, but I will tell you it feels shorter than on the reset than the 365 or the G43, either one. Man, if this thing shoots well and it's reliable, I think this is right
It's pretty
there.
much the same thing you said when the
365
came
when
out.
the 365 came out, we all said it. It's a game changer, and I think Springfield heard the cries and they stepped their game up. And man, if this thing shoots well, I think it's gonna be hard to beat. We're not gonna oil it. We're gonna just put some rounds down range.
Well, you guys are going to oil it. That's crap.
we're getting a bunch
Whatever.
of crap from people
So
over that.
I'm just telling you, first time loading the magazine, it is tight. Also, let's see if you guys can see that. It does give you the dots so that you can see. It's kind of like Glock that will kind of give you the round count
holes.
back here. So it does say 13 right there. So we will have 14 rounds in our gun first time we try it out. This one's ready to shoot. Shoot.
Yeah. All right. You might have to turn the volume down on
get it.
the stick so it doesn't.
All right, borrow that, and I'll walk up there with Steve. So Steve, you're going to load up both magazines. You're going to have the 13-round magazine, and we have, what is this one?
You know what we
10
don't have? I want to. Can we get a target in here so I can do some accuracy shooting with it, just to see
Yeah.
how good of a grip it holds? Just
For
any,
sure.
any target.
So we'll go ahead and try this out on some of our new bolt stuff downrange. Guys, if you have any questions, we will try our best to answer those. It will be kind of hard to do. So Steve, if you want to go ahead and talk to them, I'm going to read through some questions and see if they have any that we can answer real quick.
All right, guys. Well, what we're getting ready to do, if you're just joining, is we just unboxed the brand new Hellcat from Springfield Armory, and I am getting ready to throw the first rounds through it just to see how it shoots.
So a lot of people have been asking about price. Now price is going to start out at MSRP is $599. I've seen a lot of people talk around that $550, $540 range.
Probably, if I had to guess, that's probably.
So is it the same price? Let's look in the book here. If we're looking down here and see if it's the same. So yeah, it says $599 for the optics ready version and $569 for the version that we're shooting today.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Eyes and ears, you ready?
You can toss it out there if you want. Yeah. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to.
How does it feel with guys with big, I will tell you here in just a little bit.
All right. I'm going to do an accuracy shoot, and then I'll do a. And then we'll.
So Steve's going for accuracy on this one. Sorry, a little steady on the camera here. Too much coffee.
All right. Eyes and ears, everybody. Targets. I don't know how many rounds I have left. Anybody counting?
right.
I'm gonna load up one more.
You want to go up and check out target-wise?
Yeah, let me take a look at it real quick.
So everybody, we're shooting at this bottom left target.
So held a pretty tight group here. Of course, as I started shooting faster, my groups kind of grew a little bit. But all in all,
What's your first impressions after?
first impression so far is it handles well, shoots really well. Obviously, we didn't have any malfunctions out of it. I did have and I do the same thing on the 365. I have a tendency to put my thumb along the rail there, and so it did not lock open. That was not a firearm malfunction, that was a Steve malfunction.
So something I want to know, what do you think about grip-wise? Texture, is it like an M&P type grip?
I do like the grip. It's similar to the SIG 365, maybe not quite as aggressive as the 365.
Sorry, volume was a little low. I asked about grip. He said it was a little closer to the 365.
I'd say the grip texture is closer to the 365 of the others. All right, so. All right, let's load it up and let you shoot it.
Absolutely. All right, so guys, if you have any questions, this is definitely time to ask. I'm sorry, the volume was a little low a little bit ago, but he said the grip texture is very similar to the 365 that you see here.
Yeah, I'd say the 365 is maybe a smidget more aggressive.
So we'll take it over here and we can kind of talk about it. So it looks like it has more of a flat trigger on it compared to like the SIG that has more of a, what would you call it, like a swooping curve trigger. It does have front serrations, which a lot of guys like, which is the exact same as you see here on the 365. Now, if you missed it at the beginning of the video, it does have a U-dot sight. I know it's kind of, sorry, shaky hands here, but as you guys can kind of see that compared to your standard sights on a 365.
I do like that it has nice aggressive deep cuts on the slide for racking the slide. I also like, I happen to like the trigger on this probably better than and again, I love the 365 as well, but I happen to like this trigger a little bit better. It resets shorter, and it also is a little more crisp. Now my 365 has gotten crisp as I've fired it over a period of time, or smooth I should say. It's gotten a little smoother where it takes that grit out. So I don't have much to complain about on the 365.
So do you think like an XDS, do you think it would, and we haven't had a chance to like
Yeah,
look
it's
between
probably
the two.
similar.
Do you think it'd be the same as like a 45 XDS even, or do you think it's
As far as the trigger goes?
no slim, like how the grip is?
Oh, I'm gonna say it's probably similar to an XDS.
I would say so too. It's about the same.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna try it out. I will give Steve or Jamie this, and you got both mags.
Yep. I don't know if I loaded them in full, but.
Nope.
All right, you gonna do an accuracy?
Yeah, I'll try that first with the short mag. So you can kind of see how it fits on a big meat. Sorry. So I am missing it down here. You'll see, a lot of times, I know we first looked at the 365, it would move in my hand a lot. So we're going to try that first. That U sight's different. Low left at the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of brought it up. If you want to come look forward.
Which I think.
My first three shots were very low over here. It's something to get used to on that U-dot sight. I kind of buried it in there, I feel like, compared to a lot of the other ones that we've tried out. Now, we'll try it. I have a feeling, again, that when I'm going to shoot these, I will be shooting them low. Switch that out. So we haven't talked about the function that I just tried out with, which here is the mag release.
By the way, did it lock open for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So mag release wise, it's slim. It is very close to the grip. I don't know if there's an easy way to do
Now,
that.
I will tell you, that for sure, that's one thing I happen to like better about that than the 365. I have a hard time getting the 365 to eject.
Okay.
I did not have a problem ejecting that one.
So if you can tell on the 365 here, it kind of sticks out a little bit, but it's curved in. This is flat, just like anything else, and it is flush with this little bump.
Yeah.
So we'll come over here. Ready? Reset-wise, I actually like the reset on this a lot.
I agree. The reset's better than, 100% in my opinion, the reset is better than the Glock 43 or the SIG 365, in my opinion.
So I'm going to tell you, just looking at it, or feeling it, excuse me, reset is nothing. It's positive click. Like you hear it, it's resets. It clicks out, and you know you're ready to go again. I'll give Jamie those.
Jamie might want to throw a few rounds down range.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Jamie? You going to try it out? Huh?
Is it on camera?
Of course.
Sure, why not?
So here, see, we'll go down here and set these up while he's reloading those. I can tell you my honest opinion. I think it's going to be one of those that is going to compete in this fall season, Christmas season, tax season with the 365 XL and with the Shield. It would not surprise me at all if they eventually come out with a new version of a Shield or something, and then to compete with this, because the Shield's going to be a small compact gun that's going to have 7 rounds or 8 rounds or whatever. All in all, I like it a lot. There's not a lot of Springfield products, I'm going to be completely honest with you, that I shoot a lot or try a lot and really like. The XDM, when it first came out, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But that is about it when it came to my field. But they are phenomenal products for a lot of people out there. But this one I think they've hit a home run with so far. And that's, again, we're only talking about shooting under 20 rounds. You can't really make a comparison. But James, give him hell, buddy. This is Jamie. This is one of our instructors here. He's been on a couple other videos, and he's going to just show you how to shoot bullseyes. Isn't that right, Jamie?
Don't know about that.
All right, so which magazine are you going to go with first?
Yeah, I'll go with the flush one first.
Okay. So I went with the flush one also. Probably should have went with the extended one for the, accuracy test.
Yeah, that's what I was
but-
thinking too. I did the same thing.
So guys, any questions at the moment that you would like for us to answer?
Hey.
Nice. As far as the reset and everything, I really like that.
Yeah, I do too.
All right.
All right, James, go for it, buddy.
These are good. Turn your volume down.
Is the bore axis too high? That was a question. People have talked about the bore axis.
No, I don't think it
Go for it.
is. I think they've done a good job.
Yeah, you're shooting a little.
Everything's low.
He is shooting low left, kind of like how I started out.
I'm gonna take another round here in a second. Again,
Yeah.
Just to, you know what I did notice? They left our logo out on the middle of that,
Oh yeah, they did,
Yeah.
didn't they?
because that's always an extra target we shoot at.
Miscounted.
So we're going to pick up a piece of brass here in a little bit and see if there's any drag. Like on the 365, people have been asking that. We'll look and see if there's anything that we see out of the ordinary.
There was no brass down here before, right?
No, it's clean.
Okay.
I also like the mag release a whole lot better than 365. It's a lot easier to get to for me.
And it pushes easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It actually ejects the mag a lot easier.
All right, ready?
right, let's look at some of those press.
All right, let's ask Jamie first. What are your, it's fresh in your mind, what's your opinion? You've shot both the Glock 365 and you've shot, every other subcompact, little micro compact as they call it on the market. What's your opinion right off the bat with this one?
Reset is really nice. The trigger is crisp. Sights take a little bit of getting used to. That's probably.
Do you believe that those are
biggest-
good defensive carry sights?
What's that?
Like for defensive carry, do you believe that would be a good sight?
With the yellow, man, it pops. You'd be able to pick it up really.
For
really
defensive
quick.
handgun, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I agree. So if you zoom in, I can't claim to be an expert when it comes to striker drag. But
It sure as shit looks like it's dragging to me.
it's-
or is it the?
it's a little bit
fire.
elongated, but I don't know that necessarily. Again, I'm not an expert in this particular subject matter, so I don't know for a fact if that translates that way.
What are your guys' opinion on that? Would that be considered drag for you?
You're asking the viewers, I assume.
Yes, obviously. So, Steve, what's the next test? This is, again, guys, this is a short review. We do not have all the data on it. We have a book that they gave us, and that is about it.
Well, the next step for me is I'm going to shoot one more round for accuracy's purpose, and I'm going to use the extended mag. 5 rounds is enough for me. I just want, or whatever you've got in there's fine.
So, do you believe that this gun is late to the market, or do you think they can still get a slice of the pie?
I think they'll still get a slice of the pie without a doubt. So, I mean, here's the deal. To say it's late to the market, they're number 2. I mean, SIG introduced it. SIG changed kind of the way we look at the Micro 9. And
Now, we're not talking about subcompacts. This is a category where they call it a micro gun.
Right. So I think SIG kind of came out and they did their thing. I think every other company out there is probably taking notes. I'm shocked at how quick they were to respond with such a nice firearm. This is a great alternative for, some people, for whatever reason, don't like SIG. So far, I'm super impressed by this particular firearm. Huh?
I am too. So you're going to go for accuracy again.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot one more time for accuracy, and we'll go for that upper right.
Oh, sorry, I got to turn this down.
Good to go?
Yep.
I will say, if I owned it, probably, I probably would end up lightening the trigger slightly. But it is a great defensive trigger. Gotta be close to the end, I would think.
You can hear. All right, so his
I'm
thumb.
resting my thumb. I can even feel my thumb. I will tell you this. Here's something I noticed immediately. So, for those of you that own the 365, I do own the 365, and I've actually recently started carrying the 365. I will tell you, right here, when you shoot rounds through the 365, it starts cutting into your hand. I don't know if you've shot enough.
No, that's my first complaint. If you go back to our first ever 365 video, it's the first thing I said. It started rubbing me raw. It's on this middle finger.
Right, yeah, it's right there. It cuts into the 365 does it. These guys have rounded that, and I will tell you, I don't feel anything. I mean, it's comfortable to
Yeah,
shoot.
I didn't notice it at all. But
Comfortable
again,
to
I've
grip.
shot 20 rounds.
Let's go take a look at what we did here. This was, I think I counted 9 shots, if I'm not mistaken. I might be maybe 8 or 9, somewhere in there, but that's kind of focusing a little more on my trigger press. I will say, if you noticed on that first shot, if you go back and watch, it took me forever because I was just gradually adding a little more pressure slowly until eventually it broke. So it took more pressure than I would have anticipated. But again, for a defensive trigger, I think that's probably what most people want. If I own one, I say if, there's no if about it, I will own one. I will probably, one of the things I will do is I will figure out how to lighten that. I assume they've got a connector in there that perhaps similar to like a Glock system or something of that nature, that maybe we can actually lighten it up a little.
So people were asking about safeties. So obviously no safety on this.
No manual safety.
Right.
There are internal safeties, and immediately the first one we're going to see is just similar as a Glock trigger. You're going to have the little trigger, I don't know what you call it, trigger nipple sticking out.
Sure, we'll call it whatever we want, like we know.
So, and then on the inside, I assume they probably, I haven't looked on the inside yet, but I'm assuming there's probably a drop safety, and
I'm sure they have all that stuff figured out, but you know, something I really like what they've done is they came out to the market and they said that we're going to have 2 different versions of this gun, except for releasing one, and then everybody trades that in because they want the newest one and blah, blah, blah. A lot of guys nowadays want that optic on their gun. They want an optic on their gun. So they came out with 2 different versions, which I really like, because why narrow yourself down to just one version and then somebody has to upgrade to the next one? Glock does that a lot better.
ejection, I love the ejection button. All right, so here are the things I like better, and here are the things I don't like.
So you like the mag release better?
I like the mag release better. Here are the things I immediately noticed that I like better than the Glock or the SIG. And when we say Glock or SIG, we're talking about the Glock 43 or the SIG 365. I'm gonna tell you, I like the crispness of the trigger better. I like the reset of the trigger better. I would like for the trigger on here to be a tad bit lighter, but again, that's something that I'm sure can be remedied
But
pretty
that's
easily.
also a defensive pistol.
It's a defensive
compared
handgun,
to-
right? So I can't blame them for putting the weight on the trigger that they did. I'm guessing it probably breaks around.
I still don't think it's heavy.
It's not heavy. No. In fact, it's probably similar to maybe a smidget heavier than the Glock, but right around there. And I could be wrong, so please don't hold me to that. I absolutely like the magazine release on this better than the Glock or the SIG. I also like the way they have cut or rounded this off so that it's not cutting your finger.
And they've done that on the slide and everything.
They've done it everywhere, and I absolutely like it. I like the fact that they went ahead and stuck a rail in here so you don't have to buy somebody's proprietary light or laser if you're a laser person. So you can go buy perhaps Stream Lights or whoever makes one, which means there's more competition in the market, which means you are getting a more competitive price.
So it does have, now people will wonder, can you reverse this for a left-handed person? For the mag, the mag release, you
yeah.
can do that. So that is an option that they already give you. You can have a mag release with it that you can flip over. And something on this it's different. Now look at this. Hold that right there for me. They have actually stippled this up here, which a lot of guys don't do, which they do aftermarket. So
Right.
that's something that they kind of listened to people and said, hey, I like this stippled up here for grip or your finger, your thumb, whatever.
The sight is very easy to acquire, so I like that. I can't find anything I really don't like about this firearm.
All right, usually when we come out and we say, okay, there's somebody shooting next door, so we'll wrap it up, but usually there's something wrong, with it that we can kind of pick apart.
So here's what I would
I don't
say.
know. Can you pick some of it apart?
No, as of right now, I can't.
Okay.
I have nothing I can pick apart. You're gonna have some of these other channels that'll probably put thousands upon thousands of rounds through one.
Absolutely will.
And they're gonna find out whether or not it holds the test of time and whether or not it's able to take the abuse of thousands of rounds. We've not done that today, so that's perhaps for a different video. And I'm sure you guys will find some other review where it's an actual.
Absolutely. So guys, all in all, I give this one a thumbs up. Check it back with us for a later video where maybe we'll shoot some more rounds for it. We appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Don't forget to like our channel.
Yeah, hit the little bell. Something about that bell.
People are shooting. I guess we are in a shooting range. So we'll talk to you later, guys. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye.